car. I want that car. I'm dripping, I'm stuck with the sauce. But she love you, don't cut your. Reynolds Da Vinci is white. Limited Louis, that's light. Rape in the city, that's light. LED, look at the lights. We the ones don't like. But you look too light. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes. I went from feeling all kites to putting it in my block. Blue Gucci sweater is drill. Somebody give me a. These ain't like the cops. Gossiping more than a. In jail I had. I make you cut off the. Think that I made it, they can't be my friends, so they wanna be ops. If I see them hating and I'm in that spaceship, I'm dropping the top. Ain't like my beat, ain't no happy belated, I'm counting the guap. Who gave you a voice? Who told you your thoughts count? GPS straight to the money. I put my big homie got the big Mickey Mouse. You posted your at 12 and 8 that night, she had my all over the mansion. Can't sit on my house. I got that check into golf. A lot of these look lost. They broke, they think it's my fault. No car. I want that car. I'm dripping, I'm stuck with the sauce. But she love you, don't cut your. Reynolds Da Vinci is white. Limited Louis, that's light. Rape in the city, that's light. LED, look at the lights. We the ones don't like. But you look too light. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes.
With me, boy. Your hands in your fingers. Your ears with get back, watch you turn to a singer. Get to fighting like this Jerry Springer. All of my zip the back that like a pogo. Don't do these they popo. Had a G-Wagon truck turned to Rojo. Find a cable 2 wheels and they going wild down in Soho. One was black and the other was Mexican. Had a like a pollo. Younger than you with a Maybach. Younger than you with a Bentley. From the got in the gently. Angry and friends with these. When I was down out of soul had sympathy. But that's how I go when you broke. Now I'm like mistletoe. This do my own. Not gonna lie on these new clones. Then she asked for a loan. Had to laugh, then I told her get gone. Gon' get that me on. Ain't no give me not a thing. So I spend 90K on my range. You can see all my pain in my watch. Got my ex down and walking around with my hand on my. Cause I'm popping and I know you not. And I know you see just how I'm living. You're not happy with life, so you. Rockin' Reeboks on treetops, getting walk, got a big Benz like Sasquatch. Every time you see it, what a no, it's time.
I got that check into golf. A lot of these look lost. They broke, they think it's my fault. No car. I want that car. I'm dripping, I'm stuck with the sauce. But she love you, don't cut your. Reynolds Da Vinci is white. Limited Louis, that's light. Rape in the city, that's light. LED, look at the lights. We the ones don't like. But you look too light. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes. The ops on IG all the time. I dare them go live. Wagyu steak, I dine. 8 ounce, 255. I can't get fuck you with to groovy you me. If I ain't had love for me, I would've tried to get Nicki Minaj. J-Rock ain't gonna let you slide. Dory ain't gonna let you slide. You king of the city, I don't wanna be a big fish in a small pond. Trying to get across that water. I need fans in Vietnam. If you gotta hustle, but you can't stick to the grind, you wasting your time. I need a double a verse. I do it before FaceTime before I get to the club.
All right, Coach, we welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Seattle Seahawks and the New York Giants. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels. Because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Ready?
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Hurry up.
Second down, Rivers. He gets this one to Bruce Ellington. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A nice little completion there by Phillip Rivers. And you and I were reading the article yesterday, 5th grade. Rivers had to do a project where he had to make a poster about his dreams and aspirations. So he clipped out a football player from a magazine article and pasted his face on the helmet. That's what he wanted to be, and it turned out okay.
Not so bad. Not so bad at all. Remember, he's the son of a coach. And on that play, I think he made the old coach proud with that completion.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Stay there. Stay there.
Now on second down, this is Gurley. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Now our first carry for Melvin Gordon. And he's got the first, but we also have a flag on the field. And they're already walking backwards. That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold him.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Working out of the gun, Rivers. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Detroit! Detroit!
Ito Smith, his first carry. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. A gain of 3, second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Looking to throw. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down. Gurley again here on first down. Not much there, maybe a couple up to the 35.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Hey, I'm going to go load it. Load it.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Deron Payne, the big D tackle there to make the stop. On third down, Rivers. And that's complete. It's Ellington. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Obviously, they didn't get everything they wanted on that completion, but they put themselves in a spot where you've got to at least think about going for it. I know where we are on the field, but still, you've got to think about it, don't you?
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Here we go. It's Gurley. Room hit. Todd Gurley. Wave goodbye. Past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Todd Gurley. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Giants are going to take a first quarter lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
And all the way down to the 35. A big play that time for the Seahawks. 47 yards. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. A first down carry for Smith. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Back to throw here. Over the middle this time to Fowler. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. An inaugural trip to the red zone here for the Seahawks. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Ito Smith, his second touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks are now just an extra point away from moving out in front. Sturgis adds the PAT, and they take the lead here at 7-6. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Set. We're okay. Okay. Load it. Load it. Load it. Load it.
Now a handoff for Gurley. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Yeah, Rocky. 12.
On 3rd down, Rivers. He completes it to Bryant. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. First catch for Bryant. He's got a 1st down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Zero. White.
First down, Rivers. This is Gordon on the dump off. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he's going to be met at about the 43. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down.
And on 4th and 1 as a running back, you're looking for any seam you can find. This is not where you want to be a hero and break off a big one. You just need to make sure you get that yard. And here he picks up the 1st down with a couple of yards to spare.
Here's the backup now, the former Badger, Melvin Gordon. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. They'll try to throw here. Rivers. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
To throw on third down. Rivers. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up fourth down. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That's their second, so they'll have one remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. No move to get the offense off the field here. They've converted once on this drive. On fourth, they'll go again and try it once more. From the gun, Rivers. Looking for Snead, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. And he's got room. And now look at him go. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Point after now from Sturgis. Sturgis for the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20. Call it the 21-yard line. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
They told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Following the penalty, it's Gurley. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Good move by Gurley. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards. And a nice little broken tackle run there by Todd Gurley, the 10th pick in the 2015 draft.
And that's what you get with him, that full package of speed, power, able to catch the ball in the backfield. Many people doubted him coming out because of the knee injury in college. They're seeing the full Todd Gurley now, and it hurts.
They'll keep it on the ground. This time it's Gordon. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Tackle made by Ziggy Ansah. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to East Rutherford, but first this timeout. The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Rivers now on 2nd down. And that's complete. It's Allington. And out of bounds right around the 20. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call.
12.
Following the penalty, here's Gordon. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take him in short, steady.
And nowhere to get away. Rivers is dropped. Jason Pierre-Paul with a big-time sack on 3rd down, and it'll be a loss of 7. And the Giants send out their punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And the Giants send out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field.
Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
And they'll go on the ground. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now back to throw. He's going to air one out. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. The Seahawks send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. That's taken it around the 40. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. And now out come the Giants. And likely just out of field goal range. Could be Hail Mary time.
And haven't we seen in recent years that the Hail Mary seems to be more successful in the NFL than before?
Absolutely we have. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Final play of the half, Rivers. Looking for Snead, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he showed off the athletic juke Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up 4th down. The Seahawks send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Hey, Delta!
They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And some room to roam now. Fighting through, and he's got space. And he's out right at the 25. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Cluster.
Right back to him on first down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. So the loss of a yard, and now 2nd and 11 from the 24-yard line. Now a 2nd down throw for Rivers. And Bryant's got it over the middle. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And he is down deep into Seattle territory. A huge play there on the screen pass. 47 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
On 1st and goal, Gurley. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal.
Hey! White!
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Melvin Gordon, his first touchdown on the year. And the Giants are a 2-point conversion away from tying this football game. Now here's Rivers. He'll bring his guys up, and they'll go for the 2-point conversion. Operating from the gun. Rivers under pressure. Down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
They made the decision to go for 2. They didn't get it. They remained down by 2 points. Should they have kicked it there?
Third quarter, I'm okay with it. Maybe first or second, you don't. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, again, I keep coming back to I don't like to chase a lot of points.
Yeah.
But I also don't know what kicking an extra point being down 1 does for me. In just about every special teams meeting, there's a discussion with the punter about his importance. Why? He can flip the field for your team defensively, move it deep into their own territory, or if you're backed up on offense, and he can hit a big punt and change field position and help his defense. In this case, though, field position got flipped by the return team. You can do it so many different ways on special teams.
Trying to get the run game going. Here's Smith. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. Michael Brockers able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of a yard. The Seahawks on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 5. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Finding Gabriel, complete. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Real estate's been pretty hard to navigate up the middle, hasn't it? Been real tough for them to run the football.
Another example there, but when they try to bounce it outside, the numbers have been to the advantage defensively there, too.
Yeah, once they took care of the middle, that allowed those linebackers and secondary guys to run to the ball and the perimeter.
This is caught, and they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
No. Check. Patriot.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll make it 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle, and he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. Sturgis adds the PAT, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. New York set to take the field. Rivers now to throw on 1st down. And nowhere to get away. Rivers is dropped.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. From the gun, Rivers. Caught. It's Ellington. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? On 3rd and 1, here's Rivers. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. 20, 10, touchdown, Giants. Mark Andrews, his first touchdown on the year. And the Giants have got it back to a one-score game. So they connected on a short pass on 3rd and 1 to pick up the first, opting not to run it. Well, there was a lot of run after the catch all the way into the end zone.
On these short yardage plays, you often get man coverage in the secondary. Not every time, but oftentimes you do. So if you decide to go ahead and throw the ball, once they get away, especially on one like this, short pass, but now he just takes off and goes. How much rack did he end up with at the end of that one? Run after catch all the way into the end zone.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And out now come the Seahawks. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This time it's 3rd and 3. On play action, they'll throw. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
21 yards. Well done on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And New York set to take the field. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on 1st down. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. 2nd down, Rivers. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Bryant. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Hey, Delta!
Operating from the gun. Rivers. Over the middle, complete. It's Bryant. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Rivers now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Malcolm Jenkins up to make the stop. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this.
Hey, go orange. Orange.
Back to the ground, this time with Gurley. And he'll get inside the 40 to maybe the 38-yard line. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
The Giants on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. Here it's 3rd and 3.
12.
They'll look to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Seahawks have recovered.
Well, that simply is a missed opportunity. They're in position. If they take the ball downfield and score, they've got a chance to win the game. Instead, they cough it up. I don't think next week of practice is going to be a whole lot of fun for him.
On the other side, no bigger time to force a turnover when you've got that small lead.
Yeah, and when you look at it from the offense's perspective, taking care of the ball is so important. I know they're going to have all kind of ball security drills in practice all next week. Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Gone! Over! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Staying on the ground. This time it's Smith. And he takes it across midfield to the 45. And now the Giants, they get the officials' attention and take another timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. He'll drop to throw. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up 4th. Now it's 1st.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs for them.
After the penalty, it's Smith. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
On 2nd down, here's Smith. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves them with a 3rd down and 8. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
On 3rd down, Smith. And an alley to run. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. His longest run of the game right there, and a pretty good time for it. A huge 3rd down conversion lead.
Love the mindset. Love the way he flipped the switch. Late in the game, needed a big run, and helped produce it with great leverage from the offensive line. But you also know what happens, too. The defense stacks the line. So if you can break through that first barrier, there's usually plenty of room to run. When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, Look at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you